don't have, great closing remarks, but just some comments and some quick things to share with what we're doing. First of all, thank you for having us here. Thank you for all of the work that you've been doing over the years. Katie, thank you. Can you just not see students entering Moulton and their parents fighting over having Austin as their teacher?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Anyway, just real quickly, there was a question someone asked to see if ISU was going to do this, to extend this to other schools. That I don't know, but I know ACAO has been having conversations with various other universities and colleges in the area and putting that bug in their ear. We did have a sit down with the president of Drake University a little while ago, and he brought that up. Well, Drake has already sort of adopted an elementary school, but that conversation is continuing. ACAO last week attended on the same day funerals for two 18-year-old young men. Same day. This has been going on for quite some time, those of you who are familiar with our community. I wish that he was here to see you, because that would have been that herbal tea to help him come out of what that brought him into, having to experience that. That would have been that pep and that little shot in the arm that he would have needed. So I'm going to share that with him, what you did today, what you've been doing today, the young folks who are here, Cynthia, the work that you're doing at CFUM with Wall Girls, and so many others. Katie Seifert, she had to go. I'm supposed to be meeting her at North High. And this is all coming together. I'm all over the place, forgive me, that's kind of where my old brain works. But we're going to North High today to meet with the third of 4 of the high schools where we had these 20, it was 23, we're down to 22 students. We'll talk about that in a minute. But to meet with these students face to face. Right now we're going through meeting with the community and school coordinators. We met with East on Wednesday. Yesterday, Katie met with a student at Hoover. And today we're going to North High. We're still waiting to hear back from Roosevelt. North High has 15 of our students. 15 students there. Juniors we're talking. All these kids that we're talking, these 22 students, juniors. And so they're right there at the cusp. And so with the Community Alliance and with Katie, who has taken the ball and she's flying. She is flying. So thank you to the heavens for bringing her in the midst of this. She's been hired here. She's a master's student with a fellow, I can't remember the name of the fellowship that she's working with.
Coverdell Peace Corps Fellowship.
Exactly.
2 years of Peace Corps.
Just amazing. She is so full of energy. She came to Creative Visions and we sat and talked last week, and she must have been floating around in my brain in some other kind of whatever. But it's those kinds of things that we've been talking about that's so necessary to get these kids on this campus. And so meeting with these kids face to face, and she's committing to at least a couple of times a month. So she's going to be that young, vibrant face, and I'm going to be that old, wrinkled up face that will be in their face, and these kids' faces saying, we've got a community. We've got a community pushing you in the direction of this campus. You are not alone. And then finding ways to bring their families on board too, because that's a huge part. And I heard little bits and pieces of that today. That's a huge part of what we have to do. So it's not just that old proverb about it takes a village that's written down on paper and it's on walls and posters and t-shirts. This is in action. And we've got examples right here. We've got examples right here. How CFUM and Moulton, King, has been that village. Has been that village. I mean, examples just right here. So again, thank you, Katie, for bringing all this together. There was something else. I'm trying to go through some quick notes. Oh my gosh. What else was there? Okay, the Community Alliance. The other thing that we'll be doing with these 22 students and their families is to bring this Community Alliance to them, to let them know that again, you've got all these different agencies that are under this umbrella of the Promise Community Alliance, CPA, to help them and their children navigate their way into this campus. So besides coming up with activities to do, fun things too. I mean, Kenny's talking about going bowling and, you know, just fun things. We're going to find some funding. I know not with the ISU, but you promised, but she said maybe admissions. I saw somebody from admissions here. Okay, anyway. We're going to try to find some funding to rent a school bus, just a school bus, to get to campus at least a couple of times a year. Walk this campus, sit in on a classroom, and meet with students, and meet with faculty, and that kind of a thing. So to make this more and more and more of a reality. To bring their families along with them. Can you imagine a first generation kid bringing grandma or mom and dad or auntie or whoever to campus with them and saying, here's my school, here's where I'm coming to school, here's what I'm going to be studying, that kind of a thing. So getting this community alliance in the faces of these kids and their families again. I mean, just that kind of a thing. So it's not just community alliance sitting down having these meetings over tea and crumpets, but it's an actual living, breathing entity and saying, you know, we've got our arms wrapped around you. Let's go. So those are some of the really, really quick things. I probably have a ticket right now. My ticket expired at 11:49. So I need to do that. I need to go get my car and get to North High. But again, the work that you have done and the people who have supported Katie and all that she's doing on this campus. And to Cynthia and Austin, huge hugs and huge love to you. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.